Here we go.
Money, money, making crap for money.
Good morning and happy Wednesday, everyone. I just wanted to share with you some of the discussion topics from the Agent Collective Mastermind, which is a group of top producing agents here in the Arizona Phoenix Valley. Some really interesting things going on. So I think there is a general malaise. I think kind of the atmosphere and the attitudes that sometimes catch us during the summer and maybe suggest we need a break and we need to take the foot off the gas pedal a little bit. Enjoy summer and relax since it's slow and nobody's doing anything anyway. I get the sense that industry-wide, a lot of us are still stuck there. Okay, so this is your call to action to get your ass off the couch, get out of the house, get to the office, get out to the coffee shop with your laptop, wherever you need to go. But there is a lot of business happening right now. And if you're not doing it, you are the only one to blame. And so I'm going to go over some of the things that is going to prove exactly what I'm saying today. So the first item that I want to discuss is Mary. So Mary is a diligent professional. She is consistently a top producer. She's in our Wealth Builders Club every year. And what Mary does and is doing, because she knows how to roll in this business, is she's being consistent. And she is consistently giving her sphere touches. Now, Mary's sphere is gigantic because she's an Agent Collective member. But regardless of the size of your sphere, if you're not giving them the touches, you're missing out on business right now. And I'll expound upon this, that the folks that are coming out of the woodwork to transact are not the people that are looking right now. They're the people that have been looking for 2 years. They're the people that have been looking for 16 months, 12 months, 8 months. Folks, the timeline from when people start looking to when they transact in recent history has been about 90 days. That has changed. The average is pushed out to twice that. So 6 months. So that first conversation you have with someone at the, your kid's sports game, and they're like, yeah, we're thinking about moving. We're thinking about maybe buying or selling. That's a 6-month relationship on average. And it takes time, it takes touches, it takes nurturing. So you really need to set that expectation with yourself that the now business that you have actually started a really long time ago. And if you go back and you look at your recent closings, tell me I'm wrong. Okay. All right. So what else is going on? So really interesting data that I ran yesterday for one of my clients. So I had a new build client. They want a new build. They want to be near where they live right now. And it's time to buy a 5-bedroom, and really they're expanding their family. So looked at a few different models with 5 bedrooms and 3 baths and found some really nice options for right around $600,000. Now, what's really interesting about that is there's 2 builders out of the 3. And actually the third one is hoping to do something similar, but doesn't have any inventory to sell. They don't have anything built right now. The other 2 builders that we're working with, they have inventory to deliver, and they're delivering them with finance rates at between 3.75 and 3.99. Now, when I heard that, I just went, my mind went like that, and I was like, wow, this is a first-time home buyer. What an amazing opportunity to get their family into a rate like that. Crazy. And it gets crazier. So, we're kind of figuring out which one that they want, and they're ready to make an offer. And they wanted to lowball, which was kind of interesting. And I was like, I don't know that the lenders are in I'm sorry, I know I keep saying lenders, the builders are in that tough of a spot that they're going to take a huge haircut on these houses. There might be a little room to negotiate. Maybe we can waive that lot premium for the special lot that you want. Maybe we can get you some upgrades and some down payment assistance. But I don't think they're going to negotiate a lot on price. And just for giggles, I said, hey, let's look at our other option. If you're not going to take these two builders up on this great rate and a new home, what would a resale property look like? So let's start with the new home, $600,000, $3,300 a month with those rates. Okay, that's the mortgage payment, 30-year fixed. The other option, if they're not going to go that direction, would go resale. All right, so what can we get for resale? So we did the math, kind of looked at the calculations. $475 is our top price point on resale. 5-bedroom, East Valley. Slim pickings. Okay. So I wanted to share that because, like, at first I was astounded by what an amazing rate that was. And by the way, they're buying down. I just closed on a new build last week, and they bought it down. They bought the rate down for over 20 grand to get that rate and get that payment in there. So, but wow, I was really astounded at what a vast difference the opportunity was as far as buying a $600,000 new home, alternatively, with that same monthly payment to have a $475,000 resale home. Now, there's trade-offs in both of those options, and there's a little bit of a balancing that, you may be getting similar houses for the same payment-ish, but you've got the new house mystique, you've got everything's under warranty for a little while, but you also don't have a yard. So, there's some trade-offs. All right, so what else did we talk about? So another interest rate topic came up. So Tina Tambor did a presentation recently for the Women in Real Estate group, and I was lucky enough to be in partnership with one of the attendees who shared on the mastermind what Tina shared. So I'm gonna give this to you a little bit secondhand here, but basically Tina said it's still a little bit of a buyer's market here in Phoenix. But things are gonna, balance out over the next few months, and the expectation is that things heat up for the sellers coming into the new year. So January, February, March, and I'll tell you what, I've been in this business almost 20 years, and April is always my busiest month. Why? Well, I think people take a break for the holidays, and then our national passion of football. A lot of people don't get off the couch for those football games on the weekend, and so they're not out looking at houses. But as soon as those playoffs and the Super Bowl's over, it's gangbusters, and you better have your house listed by then. So the expectation is that it's going to heat up into the spring for sellers. So that means more sales, more competition. And so for buyers, now's the time to buy. For sellers, be patient. If you have listings or you're taking listings, set the expectation with your sellers that it might be a little bit slow through into the next year. And the expectation would be that during that time, if you haven't found the right buyer at the right price, there'll be a higher likelihood of doing so in the spring. Now, add a little nuance to that, which I thought is interesting, is the Fed chair, Jerome Powell, his term expires in May. So if we're, kind of balanced market, which, by the way, if you're like Mary and you're just doing your touches, you are slammed. You are busy right now. Okay. If you're kind of hanging out and waiting to see what happens and waiting for a little bit more excitement, then the new year, right? Now, if we get busy in the new year and then the current administration puts in somebody that's more friendly to their hopes and dreams of a lower interest rate by the Fed, then just the news of that person being installed in office is going to add fuel to that fire. And once that person is in, and once they do have an opportunity to drop rates, if they do, it is going to be gangbusters, busy, wild in real estate next year. So spring, we're already set based on what the data looks like. And then late spring, early summer, if we have interest rates drop, we're going to have fuel poured on that fire, especially in the Phoenix market, folks. We have such a diverse and unique market, and there's almost 100,000 people flocking to this market every year. So there is a lot of good stuff going on. And if you are stuck in the summer malaise and you're just chilling out, hoping something good is going to happen, stop hoping and make it happen. Get out there, get that database fired up on your computer or on that piece of paper that you have scribbled in your dresser drawer, wherever it is. Reach out to those folks. And folks, if your database is not big enough, and if you want more high-level conversations like this, and you want the absolute best tools that any group in real estate has to offer you, please reach out to me. I'd love to talk with you and share all the exciting things that we are doing here at the Agent Collective to make your business and your life more efficient and more plentiful. Let's live in abundance and let's go bring value to our clients. Jeff Adams, Agent Collective.
Here we go.
Happy Wednesday.
Money, money, making crap for